What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the garage. We've got a rainy Florida day, so we're probably going to keep the garage door closed for a little bit so I don't get attacked by mosquitoes. But today we have my AWE shirt on because we got a package from AWE, so let's check it out. So sometime in the last few weeks I reached out to my buddy Josh. He hooked me up with the AWE track exhaust on the B9 before, and while it has been fantastic, I think that I'm just getting a bit old. It is very loud, very loud at cold start. I'm sure my neighbors absolutely hate it. And after a long drive in this thing, I've got tinnitus and my ears like to ring for about a day. So I reached out to them. I spoke with John. John sent me their track to touring rear exhaust section. So shout out to John at AWE for hooking this up and getting it to me rather quickly. I've got Eurotripper here in about 5 days, so we're going to be installing this today in preparation for the show. Not that this is going to make or break the show, but I wanted to get it on. It's a 3-hour drive, so I'll get a really good driving impression of how I feel about the new exhaust once I get to Eurotripper and the next day and see if my ears are still ringing or not. I do hope that this exhaust still has that really loud growl and pops when I shift. Now, I don't have the pops and bangs tune. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I do like when I downshift and when I upshift, you get a loud explosion through the exhaust. So hopefully I'll still get a little bit of that with this track to touring exhaust system. That's funny because I reached out to John and I'm like, hey, I think I'm just getting too old. I want something a little bit quieter. He came back and said, don't think of it as getting old. Think of it as becoming more refined. So I can appreciate that. My ears will definitely appreciate it. This should be a pretty easy install. I was gonna do like cold start before, cold start after, but you guys already know what the car sounds like now with the cold start. I've got a couple of videos. I'll link it below if you want to check out the before. I will definitely do an after cold start video so we can see how it sounds and get my initial impressions. And then I'm going to possibly go on a drive today. It is raining. I want to keep the car clean because as you can see, it's still pretty clean from Eurofest. So I do not really want to have to put in extra work going to Eurotripper next weekend. You guys have seen my friend Bobby on the channel before. He just recently picked up the Insta360 camera. So what I'm thinking is maybe getting the car mount for this and doing a little bit of GTA driving with the new exhaust installed. And I can give you guys impressions and sound clips and what it sounds like when paired with the integrated downpipe. This will be a pretty easy install. Just need to get the car jacked up. I was going to use ramps, but again, I don't really feel like starting it right now. Archer will appreciate that because behind this wall here is my kitchen cabinets and my kitchen, and right here is where all my dishes are. So when I cold start this thing, everything rattles, and Archer's not a fan. He runs and hides, so I think he will appreciate this exhaust update to the S4. And speaking of Archer, I hear him whining now. He's probably right behind this door, so let's say hi to him real quick. Yay! Yep, there he is. I thought I heard you, buddy. What's up, man? You excited? You excited for this? You excited for this new exhaust? Yeah? Yeah, he's excited. He's a good boy. Alright, I'm going to work on getting this thing jacked up and on jack stands. I'm moving a little bit slow today. My friend's birthday was Friday. We spent the day at Disney. And yesterday, I got tickets to the Rolex 24. So I spent a lot of time walking around Daytona, checking out all the race cars. I actually still have the race on right now in the background. Just interested to see who wins. I don't really follow it, but being at the race, that was my first time, and it was freaking awesome. So I think I might have to start to get into motorsports and really keeping track of this because I want to make this a yearly thing, and Daytona is only about an hour and 20 minutes from me. So it was a really cool experience. If you guys have never been, definitely recommend it. And the tickets really aren't that expensive, so not bad. All right, I'm gonna get this jacked up. I'll be right back. All right, so we got the driver's side jacked up. Really, we're just gonna hit this 16 right here. That is the rear section of the exhaust. And then right up there, we're actually gonna go ahead and unbolt the rear hanger and just take the whole thing out. And then this whole piece here, from here to here, will come right out of the car. I'm just doing one side at a time. It's just much easier doing it this way for me because, well, today, like I said, I am hurting. So trying to make it easy, nice chill install. I do need to, hit up these tips while they're out because they are dirty. All right, so again, 16, I think the exhaust hanger is a 12 or a 13. Let's go ahead and get this out. All right, so we've got the one section. Here is what comes in the box, both rear sections, and then of course a blow pop, and it is my favorite flavor, grape, so thumbs up to that. I've already got the tips off. We've got a mess on the floor. We've got the tips there, and then everything is uninstalled under there. So now we move on to putting on one of these rear sections, which I believe this side is this one, but I will double check that before I put it in, obviously. Because as you can see, one section is shorter than the other section. I'm pretty sure it is the shorter one on this side, but again, I will have to double check that. All right, so I'm gonna figure out which side goes where, throw it on, move on to the other side. Hopefully, this thing lines up nice and easy for me because I absolutely hate adjusting exhaust systems and making the tips look good. It's probably one of my least favorite things when it comes to car installs. All right, guys, it really didn't fight me that much. It was actually a little bit better than the track setup. For whatever reason, the track setup sat higher than this one does, and I had to run spacers on the exhaust hanger so that it would not rub up against my rear valance because I have carbon fiber aftermarket rear valance. So this side is in. I think it looks pretty good. You can see up here, there is still some space. Down there, everything is tight. The bolt's on, the hanger's on. I'm waiting until the end to final adjust the rear tips and tighten those down, so they're still loose right now. But now I'm gonna go ahead and get to the other side, and I'll show you what I mean by the tips are pretty much hitting the rear valance on the other side, because even with the spacer, it was still really, really close. So I'm gonna hop over there and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So you can see on this side, and don't mind the dirty tips, I've got to clean them when I get them off, but there is no room. And that's with a spacer and a longer bolt holding the exhaust hanger up to the car. It's rubbing, it's definitely rubbing, it has been rubbing for some time. There wasn't much I could do, there wasn't really any adjusting I could do, so this is kind of what I've lived with, and it's been fine. I mean, there's no damage. The tips have a little bit of wear on them, but the carbon fiber and everything is good, so not a big deal. Next, we're gonna get under here, take off the bolt for the hanger, take off the clamp, pull this side out, and get this side swapped in. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so while I wait for my DeWalt impact charger to charge the battery, I got this side on. You can see everything is there. I just need to tighten the clamp. This side I did have to run a spacer. I don't know why. It may be because the exhaust way up there maybe needs to be readjusted. I'm not gonna address that right now. See if I can get on a lift and make it a lot easier for me to get the whole thing adjusted and in place, but it's not bad. I mean, the tips are not aligned yet. They're not where I want them. They're not tightened, nothing like that, but everything is on. Everything is in place. Again, just waiting for my other battery to charge. So I don't know if you've ever tightened an exhaust clamp with your hands, but it just really doesn't do a great job. I recommend an impact. I did the other side with the impact. It's not moving. Everything is good and in place. This side I got as tight as I can with my hand. And maybe I've got some carpal tunnel as well. Yeah, tinnitus, carpal tunnel. I'm falling apart. It's bad. But I just can't get it that tight, and it's still a little bit loose. So I'm gonna wait for that to charge. My friend's coming over. We're gonna go watch the Ravens spank up on Taylor Swift and the Chiefs, and yeah, that's gonna be that. So wait for this to charge, get everything buttoned up, then I'll get you guys a sound clip and we'll be out of here. And again, just a reminder for you B9 owners, the giveaway is still going on. I have not hit the likes yet, so that is still happening. I will link that video down below as well. All you have to do, you don't need to watch the video. I don't care, but like, subscribe, make a comment. You make a comment, that is your entry in to the free B9 RS4 style grill giveaway. As you can see, my grill, my carbon grill, holding up very nicely. Everything still looks good, so super happy with that. All right, guys. We are pretty much done. Everything's tight, minus the tips. I still need to get those aligned, tighten those down, and then we're good to go. I think this time around I'm just gonna go a little bit further out so you can see the full AWE logo. I have run out of time for right now. I'm gonna go watch the game. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Ravens take the W. I'm either gonna finish up this video with the sound clip here today or tomorrow. For you guys, it's only gonna be a couple of seconds. For me, it's gonna be hours, maybe into tomorrow. We'll see, but I'm definitely gonna finish it up. We'll get you a sound clip, some impressions, show you the final product, and then wrap this video up. So I'll be back. Let's go Ravens. What's up, guys? It's Monday. The Ravens lost. Unfortunately, I had a few too many beers, so I did not finish this up last night when I got home. I'm looking at everything now. I'll show you what the back looks like. Don't mind the mess in the garage. It's awful. The right side, passenger side, very happy with the tip placement. Left side, I need to bring up
the outer one just a hair, and then that should be good. Then we'll get the actual like in and out length of the tips established, bolted down, and we'll get a cold start. So we're almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and jack up this side so I can loosen the clamp and just adjust this a tad. Then we'll be good. Tighten it up, cold start, good stuff.
Hey guys, so it's another day. Ran out of daylight yesterday. I wanted to get a good video for you guys with the cold start. The exhaust is done. I think I'm settled on the tip placement. Although as I'm standing here, that one might need to come out a little bit, or that one might need to go in a little bit. We'll see. It's so hard to tell just looking at this from the back. I mean, you gotta try to get it lined up as best you can, but you work with what you got. Now, I did have to still use the spacers. This isn't something you guys probably will have to do to your own car unless you have an aftermarket rear valance like I do. It sits, I guess, lower than the, I guess it sits lower than the factory one. So when you put the exhaust on with all the stock parts, it rubs up against right here. So I've got longer bolts and a spacer up on both hangers. I had to use it on both sides. Again, stock valance probably won't have that problem. You can just bolt it up and go. I'm gonna set the camera up, we'll get a cold start, and we'll finish this video. Well, if you can hear me right now, it's not as loud. It is still loud with the cold start, but it is for sure not as bad as it was. So, this is kind of warmed up at idle. Still has a pretty good sound to it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few baby revs, and we'll see what that sounds like. I would say sounds pretty good. Still sounds just as good as before, just a tiny bit tamer. And I'm sure while driving I will hear a difference. I'm not gonna do a drive video today. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, just got home from work. I got 2 more days in the work week, then I'm heading to Fort Myers for Eurotripper. I'll be there Friday. Going to Open Air Imports pre-show meet on Friday night, then be at the show on Saturday, so if you guys are there, come up and say hi. Overall, super easy install, especially if you already have the exhaust. You just take the old sections out, put the new sections in, get everything lined up, and that's it. Super easy. Next up on the agenda, not this video, but just something I have to do. Don't mind the mess. I'm on the Audi Club board, so this is all from like Eurofest brochures, magazines, stuff I had at the show, my cleaning stuff. I have not cleaned this out yet. But next we are going to be installing a new bracket for the manifold, because apparently mounting it upside down is not the way to go. That is wrong. So I'm going to unbolt this, hopefully mount the bracket and use the new bracket I got, and then it will sit at about a 45-degree angle, which according to Airlift is okay. That is going to be next. Just have to empty the tank, unbolt, unhook the lines, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. If you liked the video, leave a like, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. The B9 RS4 style giveaway is still going on, so go back to that video. I'll link it below. Do the like, do the thing, enter, maybe you'll get a free grill. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. I will see you guys at Eurotripper. Take care.